Fortress of Meripede would be super scary, but looking back on it, it really wasn't that bad at all. You've got a set schedule, guaranteed food and board, and you can even oh, you mean Risley? He's definitely a pretty impressive leader. Well, he does look kind of intimidating. He's actually... Paimon wonders how he's like with the people. Yeah.
Excuse me, did I hear someone...
Huh?
Excuse me, is someone passing...
Nope, Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But, Paimon...
Oh, did you hear my
They're
call?
probably in the box.
Thank you so much.
You're inside the box? Why are you hiding
Paimon's
here anyway?
not very
If we
smart
hadn't happened to pass by, you could have been stuck for days.
It's a bit complicated. Can we not talk about that for now?
Well, that's a bit of a strange one. Okay.
Whoa, that's terrible.
No, it was not...
Just your patch? Huh. Wait, Paimon gets it! Something must have happened to your hair! Sorry. So you just need your hat, right? We'll get it back to you right...
I think you may have misunderstood me, but... it's a soft and brown hat with a bit of a brim. I think I probably lost it near the... It's really important to me, so... Sure.
Don't worry, we'll be back!
Yeah, sorry, but I do actually skip through dialogue quite a bit. For anyone wondering why I'm speaking.
Paimon doesn't see anything here. Well, let's go somewhere else. Just where is that thing?
Like,
This
usually
is
when
taking
I've
long.
read the whole text, I usually just skip it rather than listening to the actual voice, you know?
Nothing in the water either. Oh, we've looked everywhere and still... that's a good idea. Why don't we check out the rag and bone shop? If memories... How did you know what, Paimon? Oh, this is bad. Well, either way, Paimon doesn't remember you being the boss.
Well, I'm just standing. Now, just wait a sec. A blonde foot. Oh, you must be the legendary traveler.
Wait, did you
and
just
their
call
companion.
Paimon a gingerbread?
No.
What the hell?
Well, you're half right.
Yeah,
Paimon's the traveler's treasured companion, sure.
Sorry, I never thought I'd get the chance to see. I hope you find it in your magnanimous heart.
There's no need to put yourself down like that.
Why, your heroic actions at Aeneas have long made their way. We heard that you were personally received by His Grace when you made and you're one of His Grace's favorite people, so of course... Well, after all, I also only... And no, I've only caught scant sight of his... I mean, we've all got agendas, but rather than trying to fall...
Oh, so now you're trying to kiss up to us.
Well, I did mean it when I called you legends, and it is indeed an honor to me. Oh, enough of that. Is there something you're looking for?
This guy sounds so British, oh my god.
No problem. Hey, feel free to check out anything you want.
Wait, but that's,
Well, it's not like I'm getting paid to watch this shop. Instead of... Life's been pretty good recently, so...
All right. Paimon will take a look.
Are you sure you don't want more?
It's all right. 2 will do. It just doesn't feel this... But anyway, we don't need to get into that, right? Thank you so much. Well,
No problem, and thank you for your patronage.
that's a real sneaky way of getting good reviews. We've been gone a while. Paimon hopes that guy in the box hasn't passed out from lack of air. You can come out now.
You did? Oh, Archon, you just...
Wait, so you're not actually boss?
I mean, I told you that there had been a Wait, this isn't my hat.
Well, we got you a new one. We tried really hard to look for your hat.
Ah, I see. Thank you.
Does it have some kind of sentiment?
But, sorry, I can't... explain at the
If you're looking for a hat, I just picked one up over here. Is it yours?
Your Grace!
Oh, hey, Risley! It's been a while.
Well, it's a slow day today, so I decided to go for a little stroll. Even if your work, I'll say, I'm not at all surprised to find the two of you here.
It's what good adventurers do.
Is that so? Maybe I should consider asking the As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the beret. You might not have the same look.
Understood.
Oh, we were
Thank you
completely
so
off with
much,
the hat. Oh
Your
my
Grace. Then I'll be off. Bye.
What a strange guy. Oh, and has he done something wrong?
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners. As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an intro.
Huh? Shy?
Prisoners are still people, after all. The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute is just a stereotype. What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed...
Huh. You've got a point. Anyway, it's all...
Although most of the Beret Society does appear to be an exception. If you have some time, why don't we grab something? And if you're still interested in the Berets...
Paimon's not the biggest fan of...
All right then, please follow...
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance.
I'll pass on the food, then. What about...
Then Paimon will also...
What a pity. It would...
Then, I must beg Your Grace to find... If you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drink.
Yes, please? Huh.
It's not forever.
Oh, now that's what Paimon...
2 bottles coming right up.
Our first meeting took place on short notice, and we were both... I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course, the others have...
Whoa. That'd be quite the long story.
Even the most unintentional action can catalyze new developments, and...
Paimon gets... That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but...
Well, after all, you did help the fortress, and is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration? So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly... I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its power and control come in many forms. So, what do you think? Didn't put you...
Kinda. You're really different.
I'm perfectly aware of that. I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
Your Grace, after following your instructions, they were extremely well hidden and...
Got it. Leave the...
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned something about
Not necessarily. The term is just applied to things people want to bring in on the sly. Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats. Now, what do we have here?
Yeah, I think contraband usually just means
it's more or less what I
anything
expected.
illegal.
Whoa. This is certainly a box of curiosities. Mora, snacks, yarn, balls, ropes, mechanical parts, and even a gem. Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box, then does that mean...
Yep. We can't just send them.
What? But that's just insane profit! Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well? Paimon will be your vault keeper.
Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick anything you want.
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No take-backs. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye.
I never joke about things like this.
All right, Paimon's gonna have a look. Paimon wants this one. This dark, sparkly
Oh.
Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead? There's something weird about Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just drawing
Wait,
them out of
what on earth?
Paimon's brain.
What
was
bad
super
experiences
spooky.
did Paimon have? Oh,
Is that so? Let me give it a try.
I don't know if Paimon ever really experienced anything bad.
Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks. Are you sure? I wouldn't exactly call it fun. Fair enough. Go ahead.
It's gonna be with the sibling. Oh. I was quite accurate there.
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
I'll take this gem then and run a thorough investigation on it.
Then... Actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass.
You do have a point. In that case, seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering. I can introduce you, and we can also
Wait, are you this free every...
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time.
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. Are these your two guests?
Mm-hmm. Let me introduce you to them. Members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here,
Well,
as
that's
well
why
as a
we just
large
met this
variety
guy.
of books, and every once in a while the Society will also host activities.
You flatter me, Your
Oh,
Grace.
wait, no, never mind.
All we did was set up an organization, and it's
Just
so
had the same time.
easy to feel lonely and helpless when you're... But that's when the thought came to me. Thus, it was with your help that I...
Oh, so you were also involved with this, Risley?
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow procedure. I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. As you know, not everyone takes their sentence seriously. For some, but the Society is a great place for those who wish to...
Exactly right. Here, we keep an eye on each other and remind each other of our goals. Everyone can focus on rehabilitating our mental states and even make many new friends. Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit coupons.
Who knew you could find such a place in the fortress? Oh, right, and what's the...
There's nothing deep about it. If our members felt joy and pride, and when we're together, we will feel a sense of community from seeing everyone's hats. Optimism, community, hard work, and a desire for...
In other words, that hat has come to represent something like a...
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please, wait here just one moment. Feel free to look around, too, if you want to learn more about us.
Oh, right.
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. Kidding, of course. We're just discussing. We've also already gone over the organization's vision.
Why does Paimon feel like he didn't answer the question? Yeah, they're supposed to be like the model prison.
Welcome to our gathering place.
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. I'm sure Mr. Dugier... Besides this space, these rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone...
Wow, that's...
Unfortunately, we started a collaboration with the caf...
Yeah, Paimon can definitely see it.
Yep, and that's exactly why we all think we...
So yeah, I'm skipping to this part quite a bit because I know it's... Like, I really doubt this is relevant to the actual story.
Hey, you there, newbie!
Like what they're saying to us right now.
Yep, I'm talking to you. Ha! With one shout. Why don't you also give it a... Just remember to take it...
Yeah, see, it's not... So just random stuff.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, hello. You are guests of the Duke. We've got some classics. Yeah, most of them are writing diaries. Some quit drinking.
It's because you...
Not only that, with how the Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives, you never know what you... And while you're here, no matter what you do.
So, did...
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's it.
Don't worry, we would... Alright, we've talked to everybody. That would explain why... Huh. It looks like they're starting to wrap up...
Of course, Your Grace. I will attend to...
Okay, then I don't have anything else to add. Oh, you're back. What did you think about this place? Now, note that your opinion will also affect...
Oh, wait. I didn't know they were all... it's all right with me, though.
Paimon thinks it's dumping. Anyone expected you to get a society going...
Yeah, you're right.
The prisoners here all have Our needs are like violent beasts. But if we can placate them, they lose, which is why, in my opinion, learning to reconcile.
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. And I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their...
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine.
Of course, that lifestyle is more than enough for...
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this, but even His Grace...
What? You fight in the ring too?
Oh, I almost never need them.
Oh yeah, that's the guy we first met.
Hey, isn't that the guy who lost his hat? What's wrong? Did you forget about us already?
Are you feeling all right? You are looking a little...
No, I'm fine. Thank you. I'm sorry, but...
He's still as weird as before.
Dugier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure about that. As far as after all, it's my responsibility.
We'll leave him to you then. Where were we before we got... Oh, right, about that. You might have thought that I was joking, but in a place like that, everyone will... And when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times. Oops.
Oh, isn't that awful gem? You're still carrying it with you?
Yeah, I kept it on me because of its special quality.
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item for His Grace.
Yes, right away.
These people are so suspicious. Acted very weirdly.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I hope it...
It still looks good to me. Say, Dugier, have you ever...
Never, Your Grace. Don't think I've ever been...
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so...
Got it, Your Grace. Take care, everyone. I'll take you to the exit. Traveler, Paimon, it was an honor. I'm sure everyone would love it if you would visit again.
It seems a bit
And
suspicious
that goes
how
for
they're
you
just
as
looking
well,
away
Your
like
Grace.
that.
We wish you all the best in your...
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for...
Well, what's your opinion of the society?
Paimon thinks it's... Paimon doesn't remember exactly what you said. There's only one potential problem. If the society does too good a job...
That is. But at this point in time, they're still reducing my... I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish. I arranged for a meeting out of curiosity, but... Then I noticed some faint...
Dissonance?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too. As expected, you also... The whole truth is a bit complicated. I had hoped to take care of it in secret, but now, Why don't you take this opportunity to check back on the gathering place? Just tell them you left something of yours there by accident. If my hypothesis is correct, Dugier, and with his watchful eye removed, you may well get a very different result.
Can you...
I'm just following the most It's been so long since I got to watch a performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it. I'll explain everything to you later. Find out what you can...
Boss or something.
Huh. It's just as Risley... You said you felt there was something off about... Paimon will do her best to help.
Maybe he's only around the organization when WRIOTHESLEY'S checking in on it.
Wait,
Kind of thing.
you got...
We're really sorry. We just...
Oh, okay.
Nobody? It's okay. There's no need to be nervous. We'll just look for it ourselves.
I'll go.
No need. We're just... We can look around. Hey, hello?
Hello? How can I help you? The Beret Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to its members.
You don't know...
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just...
Hey!
What do you...
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You should... I ate something earlier, so you're looking for something?
Are you still organizing the book?
Yeah, and
We weren't thinking about that to begin with.
sorry.
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now. Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
Oh, you're back.
It was as if they had all turned into completely...
The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of...
Right. He was acting super... Actually...
And that's precisely...
Oh, so the... It was you all along?
It's because I wanted to figure out what's real. I don't believe any of Dugier's talk about unstable mental states. Not too long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit.
Okay, but if you think... Aren't you the Duke? You can do...
Well, maybe you're actually a better... In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. Everything I do is... And I've always striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
That sounds a bit deep.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example and that's why even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn...
Alright, so you're saying Dugier, and even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated...
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members... I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave during our visit. The line has been set, and it's quite...
Fish?
Let's give them some time. My God, you can find me in my office when the time comes.
Hey, don't just leave before you've explained...
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky...
Let's just get straight to the point.
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Why didn't anyone...
Oh, that's a good point.
But even if such a thing existed, how could... It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but... Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them. Yes, something like that. Dugier must have... So it became imperative for me to refute that and prove... Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost... There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense.
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up, but now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, that likely set his internal alarms off. Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain that if we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth. So after giving the matter some thought, I must say I was...
So you did...
Yes, that's right. Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the Society from the very beginning. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do right. And I said back there that I had no idea. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye, they would also understand that we're here to help, rather...
You used us as a
I
part
wonder
of
if
your
that
plan
Dugier guy is
too.
using that, like, gem thing to make the other members kind of regret their past kind of thing. Wonder if it's
My
something like that.
apologies. There was no time,
Maybe
and quite a
threaten
lot
them
to explain, so I figured it might be easier to just let you see a few things for
Like
yourselves.
threaten them into
But I can assure you
experiencing
that
the
I've
whole
now
parts of
told
their
you
past
everything
if
there
they
is to know.
disobey him or something.
Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would... Would you be willing to lend me...
But Paimon's still mad at you.
You have my thanks. Now, there are still two out... I've examined one before. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait. I'll put some music on while we wait.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's...
Please, do.
I apologize for my lack of composure. Yes, my lover Fasol told me all about you. Please, help us, Your Grace.
Slow down, take a deep breath.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try.
You mean when we saw him at...
Yes, he fled immediately. But thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain now that he's lost Dugier's trust. What awaits him is agonizing censure.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, rather than listening to me explain what it is. Every secret may be found within...
Here you are. I was wondering
Oh,
where you had
not this
run off
music.
to in such
Oh,
a hurry.
God.
Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like this. You see, Avisa's mental state has been rather unstable ever since she rambles often, has
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving...
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish...
Like,
Oh,
we believe
Set the
you.
script again. Yeah, this guy's definitely... yeah, this guy's definitely did something dodgy.
Please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want to side.
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasal. I had no idea why he was so upset about losing him. Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses.
I'm sorry, Your Grace.
This is what you're afraid of, correct?
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Your Grace, I don't think there's anything else.
It's all right, Elise. As no matter what it is, it will no longer be able to...
Your Grace! Forget it.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. But
what?
In that case, Avis and I...
Miss Avis, please show me your head. There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my... The Society has never caused trouble for you or any of the... Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word.
Yeah, I think I may have been correct that
you know the
he's using that
consequences if I
stone
find you to be
on the
lying.
members to get
Everything
them
that
to,
I
like,
do
obey him
for
or
the
whatever.
fortress of Meripede. But your Grace is welcome to visit us anytime to confirm that... All right, Avis.
Just what's up with... We should have shown...
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance. Oh, he must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody. And that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me. The true secret of the society is neither on that. Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is why he didn't panic. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of their secrets.
Yeah, none of this makes sense to...
Oh, I hate this thing. I never really understand it. Right, what do you...
From the way Dugier acted, he must have known... I need to think about this a bit. From the way Dugier... But if there's nothing on her head... I can't see...
Really? It's the beret? Heck.
I have an idea, but...
Huh? What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
Did suit for me for a hair clip.
You mean this
Oh,
thing?
the bow.
So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing. That would mean that Avis didn't stay silent out of fear. Let me take a look. I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical. It's hollow on the inside.
don't think there's anything strange about that.
Let's see.
Hey, what are you doing? Wait.
Oh.
Some kind of dark liquid is...
Oh, I see.
And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity. With that in mind,
so
this liquid is probably a highly concentrated solution of fear.
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember unpleasant things.
Dugier would be able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected into your brain.
Okay, yeah.
The moment
Looks
it
like
hits
I
you,
was
it would
kind
be
of
like
correct
being
then.
flooded with all the terrors you've ever experienced in your life. Agony, desolation, and an overwhelming sense of despair. No wonder they're all so terrified of.
So, was the hat meant to cover up their wounds?
That might not even be all. We can't let Dugier escape.
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan, and we're just about to send the word.
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this all along.
I had them stay here to keep an eye on things. Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters.
Understood, Your Grace.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Ooh, that's actually grim.
Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away for a bit.
They probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure. These people must have had to endure an unimaginable amount of... Let's go check out the other areas, too.
Oh, I didn't read that.
Hey, come here. Have a look at this. This is a book that Paimon found in a box next to the bookshelf. Its contents are exactly the same as this book on the shelf. The colors of the covers are completely different, though, and the names of the authors all... Yeah!
Oh, right.
And they dared to claim that they wrote...
Yeah, it makes you wonder what the whole point of this group actually is, then.
Look at what I found. This is a surveillance port. With this, Dugier would be able to remotely monitor everything that's happening at the gathering. So even if Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always have eyes. Indeed. It's easy to become lost in... And if any action you take, maybe Dugier has already tamed them to his will.
Your Grace! Your Grace!
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any Society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. All the signs of wear and tear are fake. The lime scale, the layers of dust. They were all deliberately added. We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything. Their neighbors all say—
Oh.
They're gone? That could only mean...
Indeed. As long as he allowed Society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure, Dugier knew that he couldn't stop all of his members from speaking out. Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of its value as soon as a whistleblower sounds the alarm. So instead of being his real base, this is just an elaborate performance. The rest areas, the fancy equipment, even the members that we saw. They were merely part of the front, and only the most docile and well-trained members were selected as his performers.
But then, where could...
Dugier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fortress guard is never... He must be in Dugier's pocket. I'm of the same mind.
Did that person flee?
That's the most likely scenario to me. He's probably already caught... Let's keep heading down. There are some abandoned areas in there. We should be on the right track. Let's go. We can take this path. You guys take the other.
earth this is? Why does it keep on stopping?
Look! There's a fallen guard over there! Paimon sees some society members too!
After them!
It's rising. Run!
Did Dugier send you? Why did you attack that guard?
Come on! It's time to talk!
I will take your cooperation into consideration when it comes time to hand out sentences.
But Mr. Dugier, he didn't want this guy to expose our true location. We were just about to dispose of him when you...
So, in other words, your headquarters should be this...
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen it pass through a large drainage pipe.
Guards, take them away. Let's go. It's about time that we find out what...
There's so much space down here.
Yeah, these are all former work areas. They've been left abandoned. There are usually guards on patrol here. Stay sharp. He's got a ton of surprises.
Surprised Wriothesley never knew about any of this. Because, like, of course, he normally knows everything that's going on in the prison.
Stabilize!
Hey! Ha! Bombs away!
On the way now.
Order guide you.
It's going to get a little chilly.
Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now.
Who knew that there'd be Gardamex here? Dugier really...
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex that had mysteriously gone missing. Seems like he's prepared for an all-out...
Hey, what's this?
Seems like some kind of handbook. Let me see... Ah, this should be the Society's real rules book. It lists all the rules that their members are not permitted to speak to each other or to leave without formal permission. 5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and water. I see.
But that's just cruel and...
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others, and in the process cause pain to those around them. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another. This leaves the wounds they've already received to fester, however. And so resentment builds, until every prisoner, finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate as Dugier's slave. Do you remember what happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the box once she was spooked by that black gem. She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts after a negative experience.
Ugh. Is that the best example you could come up with? Anyway...
No, your decision was valid. However, the human heart is like a raft. Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime. If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of this place. Rather than confront Dugier, I think it's more important right now for us to... You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other spots.
Open the door. Would we have... Forget it. Paimon's just gonna do...
A moment, please. Have a safe trip.
I see everything.
Oh, I see.
Gather!
Everyone hold it!
On my way now.
Motion to compel!
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here. Dugier's probably moved them else.
Let's still rescue the ones who got left behind. Hey, it's all right now. You can leave this.
No, I won't try to leave anymore. I'll never. So close to me.
No, we're not gonna do.
We won't be able to get through to her right now. I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like her. Let's let the guards take care of them for now.
Well done, yeah.
The door's open. Huh. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to you.
Understood. And please take care as well, Your Grace. We'll return here.
Let's go back. We have that mechanism from the first room. Don't forget to bring these along.
This seems to be.
This is a surveillance terminal. I'm sure Dugier really.
Oh. This seems to be.
This is a surveillance. I'm sure
Oh.
Oh, okay. Normally you can interact with those. Oh, was this the thing from earlier? Oh, I see. Oh, no, okay. Wait, did I get that first try? Oh, no way. Okay. I wasn't even thinking about what I was doing earlier. Oh well, I also love people.
I must confess
What
to being
on
furious.
earth is that?
To think that there are still some of you who find it permissible. Remember their names.
What on earth?
Fasal and Avis. They've betrayed
What is
you,
that?
betrayed us. And today you will see with your own eyes. Go on, Avis. pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua de Lo. Of course, you will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again and again, and don't stop until you've pushed all of it in.
Thistle. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll find a way.
Oh, shut your wretched mouths! When did I give you permission to speak? My rules are the paramount law of this place. Only more pain will come to those who dare to disobey.
That's enough, Dugier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nausea.
Is that His Grace?
Oh, Risley. I knew you would come, but I didn't expect you to be so. Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about sharing a...
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting. And on top of that, look at your people. Are they not starving as you wolf down your cake?
You. Stop acting up. Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent. We are all. What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve to be punished? It's what they've always deserved. And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place running? Is it that all you need to keep your cushy life?
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as currency. The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts. They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people and things that they cherish. And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once. But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never again feel or think. And you say that's what they've always deserved? You are nothing compared to them.
Damn.
He's really mad.
Yeah, Risley's
You
getting
think
angry.
me arrogant, Risley? Well, I think you're too young and naive. You understand nothing of this world. Nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken control of all the garden mech. Your vision gives you strength. But how long will it hold against these powerful...
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case...
Well done. Fighting them.
Hey! Go! No! Boom!
Stay cool. Face your guilt.
I see everything. Go!
Solidify. This is order.
Hey! Wipe out! Motion to compel.
A moment, please.
50,000. Oh wow. Oh god.
If you think fear can control everything, well then, terrify me.
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
Didn't even have to try and dodge
What's the matter? Too scared to shoot straight?
I'm warning you. Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification.
Damn.
Understood.
Unless I completely missed it, we weren't really told why he did the whole society
Sorry for
thing.
taking so long. Did I keep you?
No, not at all. Paimon didn't...
If you ask me, I'd say I actually I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but I have to take responsibility for it, as does the fortress.
Actually, I guess it must just be because he wanted to be able to control people. But, I don't really understand his whole reasoning.
Even I wouldn't be able to find humor in a situation.
So, do you have a plan for...
Oh, Dugier? For now, I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that he'll be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the details. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I actually get the chance to be... I'm going to talk to the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? Anyway, jokes aside, how about this? I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria.
No, Paimon...
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal.
Oh, then you've got yourself a...
Ah, you're here.
Paimon never forgets about meals. Even if the traveler forgets, Paimon will remind her for sure. That's not what Paimon meant at all, right?
I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you too.
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that it shouldn't be, which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period. As for their mental recoveries, most are making good progress as well.
You sure got everything taken care of.
I try my best. After all, it's my duty to take care of everything that happens within my territory. Please, go ahead. Ah, that's a bit of a long story. I once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with as a child. I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts. I had many siblings, and we all adored each other. Once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means, and go on to adopt more
so
young
like
children.
foster parents?
They were perfect parents. Or so I thought.
And then?
And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock. Once we had reached a certain age, our parents would bring us to the market for sale.
Oh, human
All
trafficking.
children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely disposed of. Did you know I once considered myself an extremely lucky child? And all of my friends, all of my siblings, they all felt this way as well. I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles. Yes, like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires, and even employed incredibly cruel methods to keep their grasp on. They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under their wing. Worse, perhaps they never cared about that at all, but I did. So in the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled to the fortress of Meripede. My methods were extreme, yes, but I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most, and I didn't think that more moderate ways would solve the problem. My doubt and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved. It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path. The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in my new home.
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Oh, it's a Vis Fasol. Are you...
It was all because you arrived in time.
We came here on impulse today, because we...
Please, go on right ahead. I'll do my best to help.
It's... I'd like to be wedded to Avis here at the fortress.
You're getting married?
In a prison?
Yeah, we met each other through the society and both fell into Dugier's trap. But even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed that Dugier was and after this incident, we've come to believe that we've found the one.
You could say we managed to make the best out of a bad situation, but we're still both prisoners. And we also aren't sure if the fortress is the best place, so we are just wondering.
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted a wedding before, but that's no reason to say no, is it? I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped in from the surface, just say the word.
We are actually also planning to stay here.
Yeah, we've already made tons, and we have full confidence in the—
Your trust is the highest form of praise.
Hey, loosen up a bit. Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Teyvat to hear that people would like to stay?
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over any obligation to a—
Oh, that looks like it's it. Yeah. Well, that was quite a story quest. I think I'll still prefer Nervalet's one, which was the one before this. But this one was quite an interesting one as well. I definitely feel like the Fontaine characters have a lot more story to them than characters in the past. Yeah, I feel like developers have really started to focus on individual characters. Yeah, that was a good story. I was interested to hear about Wriothesley's past. Yeah.